was.
Last time when we saw Layla, she was having the best day of her life. Today was so exciting. She was having trouble falling asleep, but eventually she dozed off. Although when she woke up, she had a slight temperature and a cough. They were well aware these were coronavirus symptoms, as they had heard across all social media platforms. Layla's family didn't take her mild symptoms seriously, although they still got her tested for the coronavirus. Everyone decided to keep their distance from Layla and vice versa, at least until the test came out, which they were almost certain was going to be negative. To their surprise, Layla had the coronavirus. Everyone was so worried about her, but her grandma was the most worried. Layla's grandmother took extra care of her, despite the warnings of the other family members telling her to be more cautious and aware of the risk of being near Layla. Layla noticed that her grandma seemed to have disappeared during her recovery period. She thought, good, she finally gave in and listened to everyone's warnings. As time went by, Layla started recovering, and soon she was immune to the coronavirus. Layla defeated the coronavirus, and everyone was ecstatic. Her grandmother was overwhelmed with joy, although she was nowhere to be found. Soon after, Layla got what she thought was the most emotional phone call in the history of phone calls. She found out that her grandma was currently admitted in the hospital because she had the coronavirus. Layla's head started spinning. She realized the consequences of her actions, and she blamed herself so much. Layla's grandmother sensed the negative feelings Layla was having. She told her not to worry, nor under any circumstances think that it was her fault she got sick. Layla was in such a shock after her grandmother contracted the coronavirus because of her, she wouldn't come out of her room for the next week or so. Her family became increasingly worried about Layla. They tried calming her down and telling her that it wasn't her fault, although with no luck, their attempts failed. Although this was nothing compared to what was going to happen next. Their grandmother is in so much pain. The doctors say she only has a few hours left to live. The whole family felt broken and miserable. Layla's grandmother FaceTimed her and her family for a final goodbye. The call is a long and emotional one. The family makes loads of promises with each other. Layla's grandma says she lived a long, happy life with a great family, and it was time to say goodbye. She tells them, "See you in heaven." In return, Layla replies, "But when you love someone, no amount of time together feels like enough." The call ended, and so did Grandma's life, but the promises Layla made were kept strong. She stayed safe, cautious, and enjoyed every moment of her life. Even though she made a huge mistake, she learned from it, and it made her life better.
More chances, I don't care if I am fencing brighter. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you.